We have all been manipulated by a woman before. It took a lot of heartbreak for me to fully understand how women truly operate. But in this video, I want to go over how to stop being manipulated by women so that you can avoid future heartbreaks. The reality is that many women play this manipulative game because they know that their looks are their biggest superpower. It is easy for a woman to use her beauty to make you feel like you are below her. An example of her manipulating you is using the guilt-tripping tactic. She will try to make you feel bad about yourself by the actions you have taken or not taken. Listen, if you have ever been in a relationship with a woman and she ended up being disrespectful, unfaithful, or you found out that she was using you for your money, she more than likely used manipulation tactics in order to avoid the situation and turn it back on you. Women never take full accountability for their actions, so this is why it is important to know when a woman is playing games with you. So in order to avoid the guilt trip tactic, you must quickly realize when she is trying to blame the problem on you instead of herself. Most men fall victim to this trap and never understand how they always end up in this situation. A way to faster detect when a woman is playing games is by dating more women. The more experience you gain, the more you will catch on to these small mind games that women play. This is why I always say to never commit to a woman too quickly, because at the beginning they will try to sell you as much purity as possible to reel you in. A woman will never try to get with you if she does not see any value that she can extract from you. This is why she will also try to manipulate you into believing that her having male friends is not a problem. If she ever says this to you, she is trying to manipulate you into making you believe that you are insecure. You are not insecure about not allowing her to have male friends. You are actually very secure in yourself because you don't want any other man in her ears talking sweetly to her. We all know that guy who tries to get in your woman's pants whenever he gets the chance. Don't be an idiot and allow your woman to hang out with other guys. Set boundaries and don't let her convince you that you are the problem. If she continues to disrespect you, she is not the right woman for you, and it's time to let her go. Do not put women on a pedestal. You are only shooting yourself in the foot once you give in to her tricks. Never look at a woman as if she is a god, no matter how beautiful she is. Don't let the sweet words distract you. Look past her beauty and dig deep into figuring out her true intentions before you commit to any woman. There are plenty of beautiful women in the world that you can attract, so don't ever think that you will never get another chance to speak to a beautiful woman. In order to avoid women who always try to manipulate you, you must learn how to speak to them. Women know exactly who they can play games with. If she starts getting disrespectful towards you, this means that she knows that you more than likely won't do anything about it. You're just going to sit there and accept it. The reason why she feels she can speak to you this way is because she sees you as a weak man. As a man who has his things in order, this man would never allow a woman to speak to them a certain way, especially if he knows that he can easily replace her. High-value men don't argue with women. They just never speak to her again and find themselves a new woman. This man is never manipulated by her beauty because he's been with enough women. He isn't desperate for women and would never do anything stupid to try and make her like him. As soon as you increase your value as a man, the less you tolerate from women. Only the needy and desperate men stay with a woman who mistreats them. They are always manipulated by their woman, and they think it's always okay to argue with them. You must understand that this is a skill that you must build over time by dealing with more women. If you fall in love with a woman super quickly just because of her looks, you will always fail to realize that it is your fault for not trying to figure out why you can't keep a woman long term. Please understand that there are men out there who give these women free attention on social media just because they simply exist. She never had to work for these compliments, and all these men think that one day they might have a shot with one of these Instagram models. To avoid these other types of manipulative women, you can never take these Instagram models seriously. Dating a women influencer is one of the biggest mistakes you can ever make. If she is big on the internet and is always in front of a camera, she will never truly submit to you, and she will always seek attention from other men. Even though she might not like these other men, she just loves the attention because of the way it makes her feel. I'm not saying that she might be a bad person. I'm just saying she might not prioritize a relationship with you. Women of this type of caliber might be sweet at times, but there comes a time when they might lose their attitude and start taking it all out on you. They have an enormous ego, and you should not feed into this. That woman needs a reality check, and more than likely she will figure it out later in life when men stop paying attention to her when she gets older. Never argue with a woman, just treat her like a regular woman because that is all that she is. Trust me, you will stand out from the other guys that tolerated her behavior. She has to prove to you that she is a woman worth spending time with. You cannot always have the time to be with this woman, and this is what women truly want. She doesn't want a pushover who is easily manipulated by her words. Some women talk to you a certain way to try to figure out what kind of man you are. Are you the kind of man that tolerates everything from her? Or are you the man who puts her in her place and lets her know that she isn't special? This might be surprising to many, but a woman would prefer the latter. Once she sees that you don't allow certain behaviors from her, she will treat you differently. The reason you are being easily manipulated is because you don't understand your own value. You haven't built yourself up to be the man that women admire. How can a woman ever respect you if you always fall for their tricks? The more she sees how gullible you are, the more she knows she can take advantage of you. So, I strongly believe that the only way around this problem is to not have a scarcity mindset with these women. Too many men are desperate for a woman that they sacrifice their own dignity just to get some action. It is not worth the headache of having to deal with a woman who takes you as a joke. Find yourself a woman who actually loves spending time with you and doesn't play games with you. Don't just start to jerk off just because it's the easiest way out. Put yourself out there and meet new women. But at the same time, don't forget to stay on your grind, brothers. I understand that women can be fun to spend time with. At the same time, you must be careful because they can also ruin your life. You have to find a healthy balance and not end up being one of these losers who get used for their money and never end up building a genuine connection with a woman. Before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications for future videos. And remember, don't forget to spend time with your loved ones because if you don't, you will regret it in the future. Until next time, stay strong.